One of the key things I think the action can do and does that adds value is brings people together and acts as a forum for debate, not necessarily telling people what to do, but actually how to discuss things and to try and solve problems.
There's a human dimension of people when they go and risk going abroad to get a job and send it back home. And what the ACP does is bring together a whole bunch of leaders from social affairs, from IFIs, from banks and private sector, as well as donors, to talk about what we need to do to protect those individuals and also help them remit money in a responsible way.
The objective is mainly to channel all efforts that are being put by the AU member states in terms of remittance policies, in terms of migration policies and all these things, to channel, to have just one focal point, to have just a reference, an institute as a reference to deal with all the issues related to remittances.
We see people after all the strife they have to endure to reach where they eventually settle, especially in the European Union, and the sacrifice they do afterwards to still spare roughly 10% of what they earn to send it to their dear ones in Africa.
In the Caribbean, certainly migration is a very important aspect of our lives, and so the diaspora and the potential that the diaspora brings through remittances, both social and economic, are very important to us.
All overseas development assistance, it's dwarfed by 3 times the amount of remittances people send home. 70% of Africans travel within Africa. And if we can reduce costs, then we can do more than overseas development assistance because it's so much larger.
We are believing that every dollar that we could save in the reduction in the cost can help to the social and economic development of the recipients and the people on the ground.
The most fascinating aspect of the remittances work is really the fact that every month there is a new technology, a new partnership, a new system that is bringing remittances closer to the rural population.
The fact that we don't have to continuously reinvent the wheel in the work that we're doing. When we work between policymakers and migration experts, and we share information and share best practices, what we get is the opportunity to customize solutions, localize solutions, make them work on the ground, adapting them to the reality of a specific place.
This is important to our government because it will help to create a structure to better aid in social and economic development as well as investments.
There are certain information from both the senders and the receivers that is not there. And the technical assistance that we have received from IOM is geared towards ensuring that we have all this information in a digital platform.
Currently in Zimbabwe, when you are looking at what is making the economy liquid, we have had our exports. In 2015 we had 2.7 billion, but next after our exports we had diaspora remittances at close to 1 billion. It was 944 million. So already it tells you how much the issues of migration have come to be a major influence in the running of the economy.
I've been here for the last 2.5 days at the peer-to-peer working group, and I think first of all this has been an excellent initiative to bring together all the different people who are working on the projects, but also the stakeholders. And I think I've learned so much about different initiatives that have been going on, what has worked, what hasn't worked, but also that there's a massive brain power looking at this area